When authors write their engaging tales, their words inspire us to imagine the possibilities. But when it comes to our own narratives, we are often strangers residing uncomfortably in the embrace of a bunch of colors that express the details of the long stories that we have been the main characters in. Many of our pages don't actually have things written on them that we need to let go of. But the ones where our feels unfold in limiting ways do, because those vibes would have us believe that they belong in every space that we exist in, merely because they came to life at some previous spot along our journeys. The power of what has been lies in our hearts and minds working together to relive the emotions of the experiences as well as the thoughts that replay the events. Once we take hold of that kind of constraint within ourselves, every sheet that follows becomes messy as those particular hues move forward, bleeding through from one day to the next, influencing our belief in our potential for change, despite a thing called hope. It's not that any of those moments can completely define who we are, even when repeated, but it is how we have been consistently enfolding those items into ourselves that has allowed them to keep breathing, as if they are invincible dragons capable of controlling us well into the tomorrows. As the very people who are feeling the void of safety and love in our accounts, we haven't come this far to only remain at this exact point on the inside. But we can't proceed ahead to uncover what feels absent from us by continuing to write and walk in the same manner that buried what we are looking for to begin with. To be possible is simply the idea that there is the potential for us to be successful at something. But that proposal never changes its position in our hearts and minds until we start traveling towards what we are wishing for, whether we ever get there or not. The same concept applies to the overtones of the dragons that live from our marks. Their voices and our vulnerability to them remain in the same tones until we are able to show up and truly hear as well as see ourselves. The true nature of all imaginary and real-life stories is for every persona to learn how to be the content by flowing and adjusting with the expansions and narrowing of the trails in the time and at the speed that is meant for each of us as individuals. Our potential is always present, but sometimes we have to dance a little more with our nose to locate the magic in our art that puts the yes into our steps. Have the best day possible for you. Love always, Hevel.